All right, Stacey, we're live now. I've made you the host back, and I'm your co-host.
Thank
I'll be
you.
here.
Oh, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, Felice. Good morning.
Have a good
Wednesday
one.
morning. It's Wednesday morning for Morning Fitness. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for doing it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Caroline, Bonnie, and Doug.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Verna.
Good morning.
Carol, Diane, Irene.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Stacy.
Hi, good morning, Melinda, Leslie, Myrna.
Morning.
Good morning. So great to see you all coming into class. Hi, Joyce. Glad you could join us. And Susan, Patricia, Madge.
Morning.
So happy you're here.
Thank you.
Rosemary, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Beautiful day.
Oh, it's raining here, but it's a beautiful day anyway.
Oh.
If you're alive, any day is beautiful.
You know, that's right.
That's so true.
Absolutely.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Awilda, Arnita, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm so glad so many of you have decided to let your cameras be on. Because remember, after all, this is no judgment fitness. Come in your pajamas or your robe. Nobody cares. We're just happy that you're here and you're going to do the best you can to follow along at whatever level you are. Welcome. We're up to
Good
29 already
morning.
on this lovely Wednesday. We're up to 33 people already in our class this morning. And we have Joe with us. Joe is with Get Set Up, and he's here to help with any technical support that you might need, and he's available directly in the chat.
Excuse me, Verna, if you're still there, read your chat, please. This is Felice.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Anyone
Good
hear me?
morning, It's Felice. Can you read
Yes.
your chat?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. I've introduced Joe. He's here with
I
us
can't
this
hear her.
morning. Just a reminder to please everyone mute your microphone as we get started so that we don't have any background noise. And we are recording. Joe sets up the recording for us. Anyway, so Joe has us on recording. Again, welcome everybody and welcome to the live stream. Those of you who are joining us on our website, we're so glad you're here. All righty, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and get started with my welcome slides. Good, that loaded pretty quickly this morning. So welcome everyone. Wednesday morning is time for seated strength training on today's morning fitness class. And I'm so glad you're with us today. So we will be using light weights today and we will be seated the entire time. I am your guide this morning with Get Set Up for this fitness class. My name is Stacy and I'm here from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. I have a master's degree in counseling psychology, but I've also been teaching fitness and involved in the fitness industry since the mid 1980s. I love connecting with other adults who are also interested in fitness, who want to improve their overall health, their strength, their balance, coordination, get themselves stronger, and just be able to do all the things. So I'm
I
so
can't
glad
hear
you're
anything.
here. Get Set Up is a training and educational platform that helps you learn useful skills from people just like yourself. So again, you can do all the things, all the wonderful things. You can
Hey,
challenge
Ken.
yourself. You can keep up with grandchildren, all of those things. You can request a recording after class. Be sure you email help@getsetup.io if you would like a recording. Again, if you're joining by the live stream on our website, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Happy that you found us. But just keep in mind, the very best way to participate fully is to join us and register for a class. And that way you will have the advantage of full participation, and you will receive the email when class is over that gives you some key takeaways from today's class and enables you to provide us with some feedback. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services that I might show or demonstrate in today's class. Be sure you check with your doctor prior to starting any new exercise program, especially if you have any health conditions, if you take any medication, if you're brand new to exercise, if you're recovering from an illness or an injury. It's very important that your doctor knows and maybe gives you some specific advice. In the meantime, if your doctor has talked to you about exercise and given you some suggestions or recommendations restricting or limiting your exercise intensity or range of motion, be sure you follow your doctor's recommendations, not anything that I talk about, show, or demonstrate during my class. Okay, everybody with us? You guys are muted, right? Joe, you're handling everything? Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight myself so that you can all see me. And I think that, let me just adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. So for today's class, we have the optional use of pillows for some of our inclined exercises, as well as if your hip flexibility does not permit you to go all the way forward when we do those types of exercises. The use of pillows will help you have some additional support for your back. And I will demonstrate that. Remember, they're just throw pillows. Decorative pillows. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Be sure you have your water. Remember to drink water before, during, and after exercise. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a little water. Going to get in my chair.
Excuse me, Stacy. I have a message in chat. It's a request from Michelle. She has asked that she's suffering from something like tennis elbow, and she would appreciate the guidance regarding exercise to improve this.
Okay. Specific diagnoses are certainly outside my realm of expertise, and it's something that I would recommend that you talk to your doctor or physical therapist about. I don't have any specific exercises for tennis elbow, but as always, my recommendation is that if something is painful when you're doing it during class, to back off. Certainly do it without weights if that feels better. We do a lot of flexion, elbow flexion during this class. So there's some bending of the elbow. And if that causes you some strain, stress, pain, discomfort, please don't do that and speak with your medical professional about that. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to inhale up And exhale. We sit up nice and tall in our chair with the diaphragm lifted and have strong upright posture. During all of our exercises, you want to be mindful of having a tight, strong core. Press your shoulders down and back and think about having a long neck. Sometimes when we're working the shoulders, it might be your natural inclination to hunch this way, and you want to make sure you're avoiding that. Sitting in the chair, you could be about midpoint between the back of the chair and the front edge. That will give you plenty of range of motion for your upper back as well as your arms so that you're not banging your elbows. So again, let's inhale up, reach nice and tall, and exhale. And on this one, we're going to inhale up and fold over, hinging from the hips right here. And this is a time when if you don't have hip flexibility to go all the way over, a pillow may provide you some assist, just like this, as we're going to go the whole way over and stretch long down by your feet, reaching. And when you've reached the full range that you can hinge, curl your back over and allow your upper body to just hang. You want to feel a fully rounded spine in all areas, from the tailbone to the top of the head. And when you're ready, place your hands just above your knees and use your arms to press back up into the upright position. Inhale up, reach tall, hinge forward, flat back, lengthen your spine, reach out as you go forward. And when you've reached the extent that your hips will allow you to fold, round your back, reaching over your knees and your legs. Make a nice round C curve. Drop your head, relax your neck and shoulders, and just hang here for a moment. Take those arms, hands above the knees, and use the strength of your arms to press back up into an upright position. This avoids any stress and strain on the lower back. So we're going to do some exercises that specifically target lifting through the lower back. And if that is not good for you and you know that'll cause you discomfort later, use your hands. Use one hand with the weight or no weight and make sure that you are protecting your low back. Let's do this one more time with a lift and a reach, nice and tall. And fold over with a flat back. Reach long, reach. Keep that spine in a neutral position until you can fold no further because your hips won't allow you to. And at that point, round your back over and allow your hands to fall forward so your back is rounded in a nice C curve. Feel that wonderful stretch through every vertebrae from your tailbone to the top of your head. And when you're ready, place those hands above the knees and press back up into a vertical upright position. Let's loosen up our neck and shoulders a little bit with a look to the right, chin over the shoulder, but the rest of your torso faces forward. Just hold that stretch, feeling it lengthening through the other side of the neck from the ear to the shoulder. And then release, go through center, make sure you are looking forward and check your alignment right here in the middle. Chin lifted but not up, just right here in a nice strong posture position. And then let's go right over to the left. Chin over the shoulder. Make sure you're breathing at a normal rate and rhythm. Release. Check yourself in the middle position, and now let's tilt that head, ear to the shoulder. Now you can really feel the stretch in a different way along this side, the opposite side. And breathe through that stretching. Head lifted back up to center and over to the other side. Ear to the shoulder. And release. Let's do a torso twist. Just spiral around to the right side. Hold on to the edge of the chair if you are able to, or the side of your thigh. Keep your hips facing forward and spiral from above the waist only. Release, face forward and continue on to the other side. Spiral around. Hold on to the chair or the side of your thigh. And release. Let's warm up our arms, wrists, and shoulders a little bit. Starting with the shoulders, let's just take some lifts and circle back. So take your shoulders up gently, circle around to the back. Keep this range of motion within your comfort zone. Maybe this is very small for you this morning. And we're going to reverse directions right here. So lift to the back, up, around, and front. Try to make it a smooth movement and notice if there are any sticking points in your range of motion for your shoulders as we are doing these circles. Last one. I'm going to have you lift right shoulder down and left shoulder down. So I have my hands right here on the top of my thighs, but I'm not using them to push. I'm really activating my full shoulder area with a lift to the ear and release. Other side, lift and release, lift and release, lift, alternating sides, release, lift and release. Last one, to the right and the left. And we're going to go ahead and grab our weights. We're going to start with our deadlifts. And the deadlifts are done from the folded over position, hinged all the way from the hips with weights down by our feet. So here, if you don't have that flexibility in your hips and you don't have the strength in your lower back, please use the pillows for additional support. Now this exercise starts with the gluteal muscles of the buttocks and works through the lower back and the mid back. We keep our spine straight and lengthened in this position. Again, we start from the low position, folded over right here. And if you're using weights this morning and you have a light set of hand weights, you want them right here down by your feet. And we're going to just sit up into the upright position and then return to the low position. So lift right here and return. We're going to lift with one count and return slowly. 1, 2, 3. Lift on 1, return 1, 2, 3. Lift and return 1, 2, 3. Hold your weights lightly. Lift and return 1, 2, 3. We have 3 more. Lift and return. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Lift for 1 count and return. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Lift and return. 1, 2, 3. Lift for 2 and down for 2. It's up. 1, 2 and down. 1, 2. Lift. 1, 2 and down for 2. Last one. Lift for 2 and down for 2. Now we're going to lift really slowly with a count of 3 and then return on 1 count. Lift. 1, 2, 3 and down. Lift. 1, 2, 3 and down. Lift. 1, 2, 3 and down. Last one. Lift. 1, 2, 3 and down. Use your hands, even with the weights in your hand, to press back up into the upright position, releasing the stress and strain. Now that's a pretty intense exercise, and I hope that you were doing it at your own pace and taking the modifiers as needed. We're next going to work a little bit on our shoulders with some lateral side raises, starting with the light weights down by your hips, just lifting up to the side and return. You want to sit up nice and tall. Make sure you have good posture for this exercise. Let's lift and then return. 1, 2, 3. Lift and return. 1, 2, 3. Let's lift and return. 1, 2, 3. Keep your breathing at a normal rate and rhythm. Because we're using light weights, we don't need to worry about the inhale and the exhale specifically. That is a weight training technique used with very heavy weights. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. What's important is that you are not holding your breath and not squeezing the weights. So have really good posture. Sit nice and tall. Make sure your midsection is tight. Here's the last one with this tempo. 2, 3. Let's lift for 2 and lower for 2. So it's up, 1, 2, and down, 1, 2. So your elbows should be slightly bent. I call that soft elbows. Lift for 2 and down for 2. Lift and down. You should be feeling your shoulder blades moving in toward the spine as you lift. Feel them? That's the beginning, the activation of this muscle, as well as the full deltoid. Lift and down. 1 more for 2 counts. And now let's do the 3 count lift and lower slowly. 1, 2, 3 and down. We're just doing 4 of these. 1, 2, 3 and down. 1, 2, 3 and down. Last one. 1, 2, 3 and down. We're going to do the same action, but we're going to lift up in front right here. So again, keep the elbows soft. You don't want a fully locked elbow. You're going to start. I moved a little further in the chair so that I have the range of motion to have the weights down here by my hips, right along the side of my thighs. Sitting nice and tall, diaphragm lifted. I'm going to lift up in front of me, shoulder height, and lower. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 8 of these. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. Lift. Take it down. 1, 2, 3. This exercise activates more of the front of the deltoid muscle, the front of the shoulder. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. We have 2 more right here. Lift, lower, 1, 2, 3. Last one. Lift and lower, 1, 2, 3. Let's lift for 2 and lower for 2. Up, 1, 2, and down. We're going to do 4 of these and down. 2 more right here. Lift and down. Last one and down. And now we're going to lift for 3 counts and lower on 1. 1, 2, 3, and down. Lift. 1, 2, 3, and down. Lift. 1, 2, 3, and down. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and down. Remember that we modify weightlifting exercises by using a lighter weight or no weights at all, because just the action that we're doing activates that muscle group. So if you're coming at this having not done weights before, having not done weights for a long time, please be sure that you're working at your own level and at your own pace. Only challenge yourself when you feel ready. This is not a competition. There's no judgment here. What's important to me is that no one is injured and that you stay safe during our exercises. All right, so let's see, we did the side, we did the front. Let's do a little bit to the back. So you have to scoot forward in the chair. Remember, you're sitting nice and tall with your thighs going directly forward out of your hip sockets, your knees at 90 degrees. There's that geometry again, right? You thought you'd never use it. Knees at 90 degree angle. That means that your lower legs are perpendicular to the floor. Make sure that your toes are facing forward and your knees are going directly over the toes. That's protection for your knees. All right, so with the weights down by your side, we're going to just press to the back just slightly. This is a very small movement. There's not a lot of range of motion here, right? So it's a small movement and my palms are facing the back wall. Press back, press back, press. Focus on your neck and shoulders. Make sure your neck is lengthened. Press back, press back. 2 more. Press back. Last one, press back and release. We're not going to do those with the different counts because this is a new exercise for us, a new action. So let's not stress that muscle group this morning. Let's move on to some arm work, starting with some biceps curls. We're going to start with the palms facing forward and the weights are down by our hips. Again, sitting nice and tall, curl up to the shoulders and down. What's important in this exercise is a smooth movement until we start our different counts. And even then, when we're counting, keep a smooth movement in control, elbows tight by your waist. Lift and let's lower slowly. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift, lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. 4 more, just like this. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. I see you all moving out there. I love it. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Let's lift for 2 and down for 2, and we will do 8. So up, 2, and down, 2. Keep the movement smooth and continuous. So try not to rest at the low position, but rather continue with the movement. Take it slow. Do every other one if that works for you today. 4 more. and 3. 2 more. Last one right here. And then we're going to lift slowly for 3 counts and release on 1. I found that I was squeezing the weights a little bit during that last set. You want to make sure you're not doing that because your hands may hurt later and you're not going to know why. So you only really have to hold the weights tight enough so you don't drop them. So with a loose grip, palms up, we're lifting 1, 2, 3, and down, lift 1, 2, 3, and down, lift 1, 2, 3, and lower. Keep that movement continuous and smooth. And down, here's number 4, 1, 2, 3, and down. Great job, just a few more, we're almost there. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and down. We're going to do alternating overhead presses, starting with the weights right here, almost resting on your shoulders, but slightly in front. And we're going to just press overhead, alternating one arm and then the other. So remember when we do overhead presses that we keep the weights slightly in front of our head, of our body, not having them back here where they're in alignment, as you see with the ear, because that is stress and strain on the shoulder that we don't need. And for better control, the weights are just slightly in front. And as you reach your full extension, your elbow remains slightly bent. Reach, but don't lock the elbow. Reach, nice and long with that reach. Keep the movement smooth and continuous. You're breathing right along with me, taking it at your own pace. We're not going to do the counts with this one. Just smooth lift and return. Lift and return. 2 more sets to the right and left. Here's one, right and left. Here's the last one, right and left. All right, let's do the compound movement. That's a biceps curl and an overhead press. Starting at the hips, we're going to turn our hands now so the palms face inward. Bring the weights up to the shoulders, press overhead like we just did. Return to the shoulders and down. We're just going to do 1 set of 8 and see how that feels. Lift, press, return, and down. Try to keep the movement smooth and continuous, not taking a rest in any of the positions. Right, so here and up, keep going, down by your side, don't rest, up and lift, back down to your hips, keep moving right here, press overhead, bring it down, here we go, 4 more. You're doing great, absolutely perfect, everyone. 2 more right here. And press. I just love to see you move. And down. Here's the last one. And up, release, and down. Fabulous. Can we do 1 more set of those? Let's try it. And here's a suggestion. If you found that set a little challenging at the end, like on count 6, 7, and 8 of our repetitions, now I want you to take lighter weights or no weights at all and simply go through the movement with us as if you had weights in your hand. So 1 more set of 8 right here to the shoulders, press up, return to the shoulders and down. Keep going, lift and up, back and down. Here's number 3. How are you doing? Bring it up, Take it back and down and lift to the shoulders, press overhead, return to the shoulders and down to the hips. Here's number 4, up, back and down, 5, up, back and down, 6, right here. Make sure you're breathing. Here's number 7. And number 8. Yes, very good. All right. Grab some water if you haven't had a break yet. We're going to take a pull-up under the chin. So you'll need to open your legs just slightly so your weights can fit between your legs end to end like this, starting in a low position. Pull up under the chin with the elbows nice and high and return. Now adjust the range of motion for your comfort level. If you can lift from the low position to chest height, and that's good for you, just keep it right there. If you can do the full range of motion and it doesn't bother your shoulders, then certainly do the full range today. Let's see if we can do 2 sets of 8. This is our 4th lift. All right, and 4 more in this first set. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Adjust the weights here if you need to, so we can do a second set of 8. Here we go. Lift and lower. Keep that movement smooth and continuous if you are able to. Sitting nice and tall. Make sure your breathing is at a natural rate and rhythm. Don't hold your breath. And return, lift, and lower. 2 more. Last one. All right. Now we're going to work one arm at a time, doing a little more shoulder and arm work, as well as some mid-back and the lateral muscles that run lengthwise from the armpit to the hip, right here on the side of the back. So we're going to use one weight at a time and support our upper body with our forearm across the thighs. Here again, if you would like the extra support and comfort of a pillow right here to support yourself, please use that. The throw pillows are for your comfort and to support your back. We're going to be doing a reach and pull like this. So we start with the weight down here along the side of the leg. We are bent over slightly, hinging from the hips with a flat back or lengthened spine. We're reaching right here and pulling up into the armpit. Down, pull up. Give this a full range of motion if you can. So even when you reach down, you've got a little bit of stretch to it. And when you pull up, there's a slight twist to it as you are working your shoulder blade in toward the spine. So down and up, down and up. I have my palm facing toward the back. Sometimes it turns a little bit naturally inward toward my body, but I'm trying to keep the palm of my hand facing to the back right here. Down and up into the armpit. Reach down and pull up into the armpit. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. 2 more. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Let's switch arms here. Take it down by your ankle or your lower leg. Support your upper body with your forearm right here across your thighs, just above your knees. Make sure your back is lengthened not rolled over like this, but in a long, reaching long spine position. Weight down by your ankle. Reach down toward the floor and pull it up into the armpit with a slight twist. Reach and pull. Stretching and pull using the full extent of the shoulder and the mid back and the lateral muscles along the side. Pull it up into the armpit. Reach and pull. Don't bang your shin like I just did. Reach and pull. 4 more. And 3. Again, the palm is facing toward the back if you can keep it that way. If it's more comfortable to have the palm facing your body, that's good. And here's the last one. Woo! All right. Very good. I'm just reaching for my weights. Use your forearms to press yourself back up into the vertical upright position. Always use your hands for that, especially after we have just worked that muscle. Then you want to make sure that as you come back up to the neutral position, you're not adding any additional stress and strain to the muscle you just worked. Have a little water. I want to do a little bit of foot and leg work this morning. We're going to use the weights and rest them just above the knees. And we're going to do heel raises and then some toe raises. So I want you to do, sit up nice and tall, first of all, and we're going to do one leg at a time. So you can really focus on how that feels. Keeping the toe planted on the floor, I want you to just lift the heel. Lift the heel. So with a little bit of weight, this added pressure, you're working through that calf muscle. Feel how the calf is activated as you lift your heel off the floor. Use the full range of motion that you have with your foot. And here's where working without shoes can be beneficial because you can feel the whole part of your foot from the heel being on the floor and then lifting through the ball of the foot and all the way up if you have that range of motion. This exercise strengthens the muscles in your feet as well as your calf muscles. Let's just do 4 more. These are heel raises. 3, 2, last one, we're going to switch and do 8 with the other foot. So lift, heel lifting, keep the toes planted, take it at your own pace. That was number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Same position, toe raises. Lift those toes. I bet they don't lift as far as you can lift your heel off the floor, do they? So by lifting your toes now, you're going to feel the muscle that runs up the front of your shin. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And let's do that with the other foot. Toes up. Lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's extend one leg and then the other with heel taps out in front. So if you can, again, we have the weight here is adding extra stress, extra tension to those muscles, but you're going to lift one leg and just tap the heel and return. Tap the heel and return. You don't have to lift your foot far off the floor. Just tap the heel and return to the starting position. Sitting nice and tall, keep your hips firmly planted. Tap that heel and return. Tap the heel and return. Heel tap, return, heel tap, and return. Now you should be feeling this exercise in your quadriceps because it's a tiny little bit of a leg extension as you unbend your knee. Heel tap and return. Heel tap and return. Let's do just one more to the right and the left. Right here and in and left and in. Can we march in our chair with a little bit of weight just above our knees? So that would be just lifting. Can you just lift a foot off the floor? I'm keeping my feet flat so I make sure that I'm not using my foot like this to push up, but really activating my hip flexors as I'm doing this lift right here. 4 more right and left. 3 more right and left. 2 more right and left. Last one, right and left. Right here, right here. Now let's do leg extensions. So that's just extending the bent leg out to whatever range of motion you can. And the weight just adds a little bit of tension right here. I'm doing 1 leg at a time. I'm just going to do 8 repetitions. Take this at your own pace. Remember, use the range of motion that works for you. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And let's switch legs for 8. Sitting up nice and tall, remember your posture. Feel both of those hips firmly planted in the chair and use the range of motion that works best for you today. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 for good measure, because I think I did 9 on the other side, didn't I? All right, very good. Let's go ahead and put the weights down and do just a little bit of stretching to conclude today. And then we'll have a little bit of breathing exercise and some positive affirmations to take with you into your day. So sitting up nice and tall in the chair, let's inhale up, reach nice and long, and stretch right and left. Just reach straight up overhead, reach, stretch nice and long, reach, and reach. And 4 more, and 3, 2 more, last one. Great. Let's relax your head and neck. We're going to do our exercises as to the face of a clock, starting with drop your chin to 6 o'clock. And now with your eyes, just imagine that you are following around the numbers on the clock. So let's start around to your right and let's take a look at 5 o'clock and continue looking for 4 o'clock and then 3 o'clock. And allow your face to just follow with your eyes looking at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And remember that 12 o'clock is actually where the wall meets the ceiling. It is not up here overhead on the ceiling, but it's on a diagonal right here. So your chin is ever so slightly lifted, but not pressed all the way back where you would crunch the back of your neck, okay? So 12 is right here, and we're just going to continue around to 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and down here at 6 o'clock. Let's reverse that circle. And starting up around to 7 o'clock. Keep looking for 8 o'clock. Looking to the side at 9 o'clock. Continue up overhead to 10 o'clock. And smoothly move to 11 o'clock. Continue toward 12 o'clock, not too high, not too lifted with the chin, and continue around to 1 o'clock. And find 2 o'clock, looking to the side at 3 o'clock, and starting down toward 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and finishing at 6 o'clock. And release. Let's do one set of alphabet stretches for our posture. If you've been with me for a while, we do this off and on. The alphabet stretches are with our arms. We're going to make the letters Y, W, T, and L. So we start up here with a nice Y. And the goal of this exercise is to press the arms behind the center line, activating those muscles that become loose with our deteriorating posture. As we get older, we tend to be more hunched. After a lifetime of curling forward, looking at our desk, reading, driving, carrying purses and babies, even cooking, we tend to be a little more round-shouldered and hunched forward. So it's always important that we activate these muscles that help correct our posture. So here's Y. Now I want you to pull your elbows down and back for the W. Do you feel those shoulder blades coming together toward your spine? I sure do. That's what you want. And palms face forward. Elbows, forearms, upper arms, everything is pressing back. And in the T position, your arms stretch out to the side, but again, reach, I'm a little close to the wall here, reach behind your shoulders, behind the midline of the body. And then with the L position, just pull those elbows into your waist, forearms reaching back, thumbs facing toward the back as palms are up. Feel that? And release. Let's do it just one more time. In the Y, up here, reach back, stretch long, feel those shoulder blades coming together, elbows down for W. You can do this exercise anytime on your own. If you are working at a desk typing, if you're reading and you find yourself hunched over, or on a long drive, maybe take a break and do this. Feels good, and it really helps strengthen the muscles to correct your posture. Reach out for the T, elbows in at the waist for the L, thumbs toward the back, palms facing upward. And release. Great job today. Thank you again for joining me. Stay with me while we focus a little bit on the breath work and have some positive affirmations to take into our day today. When we do breath work, the purpose is really just to listen to your body. So the first thing that I ask you to do is begin to bring your awareness to your breathing, to whatever the rate and rhythm is that you are breathing after this workout this morning. Is it a little bit deeper than normal? Do you feel prompted to take a deep breath and release it with a sigh? Listen to your body and do what your body prompts you to do. But bring your awareness to your breathing. Focus on how when you take an inhale, you draw in the air and you fill up your lungs from the bottom to the top. And on the exhale, you release air from the top all the way to the bottom. And when you're not focused on your breathing, it happens normally without even thinking about it, right? And sometimes when you get anxious, perhaps you notice that your breathing becomes a little more rapid and a little more shallow. And then after that happens, you feel prompted to take a deep breath. So when that happens, you can consciously slow down your breathing. That's why oftentimes when people are anxious, a friend will say, take a deep breath. And sometimes it helps, but it's better if you learn that awareness yourself and are able to prompt yourself to slow down and take a full breath, bringing in that good positive energy with a fresh breath of air, and then exhaling out the stress and strain, the worries and fears. So as you take in your next breath with me today, I want you to imagine that today's breath is a beautiful blue. You are drawing in this glorious, joyful, sky blue air, and it brings energy into your lungs today, positive energy. And as you exhale, you release the gray, dark, and dreary negative energy that comes with worries and fears and a long do list of things you need to do. Any negative interaction that you may have had with family or friends, neighbors, coworkers, just release that right now and draw in again positive energy with your next inhale. Nice bright blue, sky blue, calming blue with positive energy, optimism, joy, and hope for a great day today. And exhale negativity, worries, and fears. And remember that fitness is a journey, and it's never too late to start, and it's never too late to take a different turn on that journey. So find your own fitness journey, and I hope you will find it with me. I try to offer as many different opportunities as possible in my sessions here on Get Set Up. So thank you for joining me today. I'm going to come on up to the camera and share my closing screens. Again, thank you so much. I truly believe that being able to start your day with some kind of fitness activity is the best way to activate both your body and mind, and you did it already today. So thank you again for joining me. And we do this because strengthening your muscles helps prevent falls. It increases confidence and allows you to take on new challenges. The best way that you can thank myself and other guides here on Get Set Up is by sharing your experience. Share with family, friends, your community, anybody that you know that might enjoy these live classes. And if you're active on social media, you can use the hashtag GetSetUp or @GetSetUp. And if you're not on social media, it's okay. You can email Liz at getsetup.io and share with her your stories of what these classes here on Get Set Up, what they have meant for you, how they've improved your life. And if you have photos, share your photos with Liz as well. Look for these related classes that'll get you moving. Look for Ageless Grace. You can get moving by line dancing, and look for the yoga classes. My next class tomorrow is combo training. And on Friday, we focus on balance and flexibility. The combo training tomorrow is a little bit of everything, and it's done mostly standing, but if you need a chair for support, you can do that. What we combine a little bit of cardio, a little bit of weight training, and a little bit of balance activity. Be on the lookout for the email that you will receive from Get Set Up. that will provide some key takeaways from today's class, as well as highlight some other classes you might enjoy. You'll also find in the email a link where you can share your feedback about today's class. Be sure to spread the word about learning with Get Set Up. Host an interest group, suggest a class that you would like to see, and know that we partner with these various community organizations. You can always request a recording of today's exercise session and share your ideas for new classes by emailing help@getsetup.io. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I love you all. Thanks for being here, and I'll see those of you who join me
Thanks.
tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.